I'm also one of the most boring people on Instagram because I always want to talk about things that are super serious or super boring or whatever. But yeah, whatever. Yeah, so I guess I have a love hate relationship towards social media. Like I love it because everybody's connected and like you can get to see what your friends are doing and see like nice moments in their life and stuff like that, which is really cool. But I also hate it because internet in general because it's so disillusioning. Like you feel not really connected to reality because the reality is not like social media. I mean, yeah, obviously life is multidimensional. So yes, obviously you have good times and whatever, but you also have bad times. And then if you look at social media, you just feel like life is supposed to be just constantly great, which it's not. It's multidimensional. Yeah. So I want to kind of talk about bad things today because I feel like we should, or I feel like I want to help to humanize social media or humanize society because people, including myself, kind of subconsciously feel terrible when they feel bad because they feel like you're supposed to be happy all the time, which is just not true. Even if you consciously know you're supposed to be happy all the time, you might feel guilty or feel bad about being sad or depressed or unhappy because everybody else seems so happy and so, life together, everything, perfect or whatever. So I want to talk about four things that have been the hardest for me to deal with in my entire life. That are just so fucking hard that I can't even think of it. Or maybe five, I don't even know. Quite a few. So one is death, which is self-explanatory. Death is just terrible. Two people very close to me have died, and yeah, it's just terrible. Next one is love. Love seems to be this great, happy, beautiful thing, but it's also very terrible sometimes in the sense that it's just so hard. Even if it is beautiful, even if it is nice, it is never just nice or never just beautiful. It's always at some point very, very, very hard, and I still just can't deal with it. Third one is heartbreak, which is worse than love, obviously, because it's when the love is done. Heartbreak is one of the hardest things that I've ever had to do in my entire life. It should be considered a sickness. It's not even normal. And next one is losing people who I was close to. I find it also very, very hard to deal with. People who like you spend like I don't know half your life with or half of your life with, and you just kind of lose them. Mostly relationships when you break. So part of heartbreak, I guess. But yeah. And the next thing is being an adult. Being an adult is one of the most difficult things I've ever had to do in my entire life. Because for me, being an adult means being responsible for my life. Meaning I can't. Well, me personally, I can't ignore things, or I can't. Maybe because I'm so aware. I'm really, really, really aware of my behaviors, why I do things. Um, yeah, I have some kind of moral code that I cannot go against, basically, and that's really hard for me because my moral code is different from society's moral code. So that has been incredibly hard for me. Like I overthink almost everything. Sometimes in a bad way, sometimes in a good way, but which is really it's hard because I always think, okay, for example, I refuse to get a job just for getting a job sake. That's just never going to happen, right? And it's just so opposite to everybody else because that's everybody has a job, you know what I mean? And I feel like, yeah, I can't even explain it. It's just I cannot bring myself ever, I don't think, to seriously invest so much time into doing a job just for money. I mean, some people do have jobs that they love, and that's great and that's fine, right? But for me, no, I don't know. There's nothing that I know of. No, first of all, I generally don't believe in the way in which we think of having jobs in the society. In the sense that I don't believe that people must have a job, so to speak. But I feel like we think kind of backwards, where we instead of trying to generally find what we love and do it freely, and then technically it would be a job and technically get money from it. Instead, we try to put ourselves into boxes to get into a certain job to get money to live. Whereas my how I think of life and how I think of my life is opposite, where I kind of just live and develop into who I am and develop into what I like, and I do what I like, freely, and then I somehow get compensated for it because I'm doing something that I like that is also helping people, and then I make a living from it. That's just how I think of it and how I want it to be, or want to be my life. Instead of thinking, yeah, so I'm going to be 18, I have to think of what I can make myself like or make myself into, or what are the things I like, and put it together to make some kind of job that already exists to get money to live. And I can't wrap my mind around it for some reason, and I don't want to. And yeah, that's one thing that's really hard for me too, because as against society is completely different. You know what I mean? But what else is really hard for me lately? Yeah, heartbreak. Heartbreak is I don't even know why it's so underrated. It's so fucking hard. Like I mean, at least to me it feels underrated. Like imagine you with somebody for like let's say 5 years or 3 years, and you do everything with them together and blah blah blah. And, the whole everything, in love, not in love, sometime blah blah blah. And one day the person's just gone, or you guys just don't work out. Like, what the fuck is that? How do people live? How do I live with that? I've done it before. I mean, like it's baffling how we learn to live with these things, or how it's hard. You know how hard it is to be so close to somebody and to be so, yeah. Anyway, next thing that's really, really, really hard for me is that I'm maybe too aware at this point. I don't know. At first, I found my awareness of myself to be very good, but now it's becoming very problematic because I'm too aware of everything that I do, or the reasons why I do everything. So when I was younger, so basically, I have a lot of issues when it comes to intimacy. I have intimacy issues. Like I don't really. I guess I get hurt too much in general, not just from relationships from like parents and stuff like that, where I'm kind of like guarded in some sense, and because of that, I don't think I can any longer experience true love in the sense that I can't really give myself completely. And it's just so crazy because before when I was younger, I did the same things basically. I just wasn't aware of them. So before I felt like I was cool, or I felt like I was playing it cool, I'm like a badass or something like that. But now I'm just emotionally damaged, and now that I know it, it's just so hard to live with it. Because before I could have do it, I could have been a galley, so I was a galley, so I was a this, because you play cool and you have enough girl and you whatever. But they're really like symptoms of emotional damage from whatever reason. You know what I mean? When you're tough and when you pretend like you don't care about a girl and have next girl, it's not even real. It's just this completely crazy coping mechanism. And then not being aware of it is probably good, because then you can live your life and be happy and feel cool. But when you know why you're doing what you're doing, it's just for me it's just terrible. I can't live with it. You know what I mean? I can't live with being emotionally guarded or being people who say K on WhatsApp, you know what I mean? Okay, not everybody obviously. I mean, some people are just emotionally distant, and I'm one of them in some respects. And for me personally, it's so hard because I'm so aware of why I'm like this, and it's not cool. I'm not trying to be cool, really. It's a different, yeah. Spoke a lot a while ago, so signing out.